Okay, today we're going to make the Diigo. I did a little bit of research. We got here a couple images, so side profile, 3/4 view, another side profile, and some comparisons. I can only find a comparison with a 1911. That's good because I already made a 1911 model, and I think that's about it. Yep. So let's get started. I normally use Blockbench. It's a really great 3D modeling tool. It's a little bit better than the others, I think, because it could actually be used for general purpose modeling. It has a lot of tools that other modelers do not have. We have it. You can see I was working on some other models earlier. Okay, so here we are in the modeler. We just want to open the 1911 because that is the comparison we have available. Want to go here. A lot of parts of the gun that I don't actually need. Over here we can use these center tools that we have set up here to configure this. You can just go to customize and drag and drop the tools you want. I recommend these. Okay, after I deleted that stuff, get rid of this. Okay, so let's center everything. Blah, blah. So here we have the barrel of the 1911. I think it's a 45 caliber. Eagle is a 50 cal. So it's a 9 to 10 difference. Okay, so now we need our regular polygon calculator. This Blockbench tool doesn't actually have a cylinder generator, so we get a regular polygon calculator. Pull it up, and we want a 16 gon, and we have our radius, and we want to find our A, which is side length. So we give it 16, and we give it a radius 0.5 because the height is 1, so 0.5 is the radius. Calculate, and we get this. So now we can take these two and set their width to that, and recenter everything, and also center the pivot point. So now, when we duplicate this, rotate it, you can see that it matches perfectly with the one next to it. Okay. Now we have our cylinder. Back to the Diigo. It has basically the cylinder up top, and then it gets cut off, like right here. It has some kind of slope going on. Not sure how I'll do that yet, but seems like it's almost that, right? So up here we have, let's just drop in a placeholder texture for now. Okay. This part of the Diigo is going to be a bit inset because of this. So I'm going to just put in. Look from the front here, you have the sloping back section here. Also a slope on the side. This is when you have to kind of make a trade-off. Okay, do I want my slope here or do I want my slope here? Because Minecraft only supports a slope in one direction. So my plan is it's going to be sloping outward up to here about, and then start sloping in. Right around there. And give this a temporary texture as well. Just gray. And when I texture, I use standard Minecraft textures. It's just easier that way. I don't have to draw anything fancy. But yeah, you do you. Even when you make a model with external textures, I recommend you start out with just Minecraft textures and then add your own textures when you decide that you want extra detail. Okay, so that looks about right. Now we want the sloping back part. So now that is our Diigo. Alright, so now when we actually need to get the ratios right to get the gun looking proper, we can use screen dragons, which I think you saw earlier. We're going to take this Diigo and do that. So we take that picture and just drop it in screen dragons. Screen dragons overlays that image over everything. So now if I go into view, quad view like this, and let's scale this down a little bit, and move this over, and zoom in so that the height is right. There we go. So now we see that our barrel was actually a little bit too long. So that. So we want to pull that forward. The scaling is kind of off. So we need to go back to our Diigo comparison. And look at this, and look at this. So this is way bigger. Way bigger. I'm assuming that means it's just taller. That means we have to zoom out a notch. So that's what the Diigo looks like now. Doing pretty good. I think if I want, I can slide this back a little bit like this and make a little slope here. And vertex snap, boom, boom. This looking pretty good. We have this, we have that. Alright. Okay, now the grip. Here we go. Let's rotate it that much. Boop. Right here. You can have that and then down like that. When we do the trigger guard, you can see that it's about as wide, but it looks like it gets narrower down here. If we look at another image, like a newer variant, yeah, so it does get a little bit narrower. And the whole trigger is just a little bit oddly shaped. It's not a circle or anything, which is difficult to make. We'll see what it can do. Alright, and then now we're going to add a little bit more detail to this whole thing because I rushed through it to get the geometry right. But it's looking okay now, so we can just fancy it up a little bit. So I'm paying a lot of attention to detail here because the player will actually be able to see it in first person view most of the time at least. So that's where you want to invest your detail. You want a lot of detail here, you want a lot of detail here, and of course your sides have to be properly done. But something like up front here, or right here, the player won't see, so it doesn't matter as much. And the grip, the black grip, is going to go around this whole thing. So we're going to take this, duplicate it, and we're going to make the black grip. And I'm just going to color it differently just for reference, but these are not the final colors. Yeah. Up here, it's going to be the same thing. We're going to have a vertical rectangle here and another rectangle right here. And then we'll have a space for a little thingamabobber, slide release. Yeah, slide release here. Safety and sights and hammer. The hammer is going to be cocked back, actually. So if I take this, alright, looking good. So we have this, we have to do the grip part now. take this curve here. This curve looks like this one. It really does. So I'm gonna take this. That's the gun. What else is necessary? This and that and here and rail. Oh, let's do the Picatinny rail. Okay. Alright, so now we just have to do that safety right here and the mag or the release. So we're going to cop out a little bit on detail on this little part because it's not as important as the other side, and no one is going to say, hey, your slide release is not the right shape. Yeah, so once again, trade-offs in your model making. Anything else? Right, safety. So this is going to be a little bit more challenging. It's a little divot. I don't really think I want to break this up. So instead, safety is on this side too. Instead, I'm going to make the safety on top. So it's going to be the same as this, pretty much. Oh yeah, the same as this. So we take this, duplicate it. Now I have to do the sides. And we have our okay. Just okay. That's the model. So pretty simple, just a lot of grinding, putting in the polygons, but the concepts are pretty simple. You just use an online calculator to make your circles and some trigonometry to line up your corners, and that's about it. And screen dragons, yeah, that's super helpful. So now I'm going to move on to texturing. That's probably going to be in the next video. So yeah.